Imagine a machine where people could see your dream. Basically, every morning, first thing I do when I wake up is I write down my dream. And this has been a very fundamentally changing thing because one, it forces you to be creative and it forces you to work on learning writing every day. Like the Ray Bradbury idea is that you basically, or the writer's journey is that you write pages every morning, right? Well, by writing down my dreams, that forced me to basically start utilizing writing as a communication tool. So every morning I did this. I wake up and the first thing I do is write down my dreams. In the last 3 years, I've had about 1,500 dreams, and it's really changed and been part of a really healthy habit for me because it's forced me to be creative and it forced me to communicate my thoughts and make them into like something that I could use to communicate to other people. And it's helped improve my writing, it's helped improve my ad copy, it's helped improve me creatively. It's been a great, amazing thing. So what I wanted to do was like, what if I could try to actually show people my dreams, actually paint them? A long time ago, I used to love making digital art. I used to love drawing. I used to do digital art for concerts as well as my own hobby stuff. And what I would do is I would take just a scene, just a single image from a dream, and I would use Moto, Maya, 3ds Max, After Effects. I would spend one whole day just to make one image from one of my dreams. I was actually kind of happy with these on portfolio pieces, but a lot of times one day wasn't even enough. I thought it would be interesting to go ahead and do this same experiment, but instead have AI paint these dreams for me. What used to take me 8 hours to create and another 8 to 10 hours rendering, Midjourney can do in about a minute. So one night I had this dream. It was after watching 47 Ronin, I think. It was basically like, imagine this night scene on top of the side of a mountain. The moon had like a purple glow, like bathing the whole land. And there was this temple and there was this samurai or Ronin defending this temple to his like last breath, to the fact that even when the temple was falling apart and falling over, that he was still defending, even though the temple was falling himself. Even if he was going to die himself, he would rather still spend his last moment alive, giving his life defending for what he believed in. So I used Vue, which is basically a program that they used to use for Pirates of the Caribbean and the original Avatar for some of the environments. I used 3ds Max to do the temple itself. I used Poser. So the thing is, I was running out of time because I was trying to make this all in one day. And for me at that time, it's like you can spend infinite amount of time on one image, right? I mean, humans, we can do that. We could spend a lifetime making one image if we really wanted to. It would be kind of crazy, but we could. So anyway, I was just trying to see what can I get done in one day. The problem is that in Vue at the time, my renders were taking 10 to 17 hours just to render out. At this point, man versus machine isn't even a question. I mean, this is going to revolutionize everything. We are going to see more art made in the next few months than all of humanity combined. And that is going to change everything fundamentally. We've already seen an AI work of art win a contest, it's unfathomable. Should I work on being a graphic artist anymore? No, I should totally give up trying to ever make art again because computers can do it so much faster, better, and they know the style better. The things that I learned when I was doing this, there's so much. I mean, some of the artwork I was really impressed with, and Disco Diffusion did take time. Like it would take me 6 hours to render, but it would give me 50 images. But Midjourney, in 1 minute, you can get 4 different images. It's insane. There's no reason, should you learn painting or drawing or 3D art? No, not anymore. There's no reason. But the thing is, like, some people are very upset about this, and they shouldn't be. Because I know personally, I used to work in an OR of a heart hospital. It was very life-changing, it was very amazing, and I certainly loved working. We worked with doctors to broadcast how to become better surgeons and about endovascular surgery around the world. It's some of the most fulfilling work I've ever done in my life. But I was replaced by a robot. And really, honestly, it's for the best because I was put in some unsafe situations where I had to be there while people's lives were, on the line when I really shouldn't have been there. That I didn't need to be there. It was just another piece in the chain that could have gone wrong. And being replaced by by having an operator in the directing room be able to switch and control that. It makes so much more sense than having me as a living, breathing person that, yes, I was, a few feet away from a beating heart, which was like life-changing for me, but was not safe. So I totally understand being replaced by a robot. And the thing is, it's okay. It's gonna be all right. If it wasn't for the farmers, we'd all be farmers. So this was something that my social studies Miss Hogner taught me a long time ago, and it's just really true. Like, it's okay. The future is coming, and it's all right. We should embrace our robot overlords, just like we embraced automation, just like we've embraced, health and technology. It is okay. We should not be freaking out about this. Should you still do art in 2022? Like me, I'm doing this not because I'm of money or anyone liking this or anything. I'm doing this because I want to try this. That's the reason why you should be doing things with your life right now, is that you want the experience and the lesson of just trying something. And you need to get rid of any expectations or anything at all and just see how things feel. You should still be doing art in 2022 if you enjoy it. Two other major takeaways that I had from this was I find more joy out of having an idea and getting it done than the actual crafting of the idea itself. I'm okay if someone else is the one that makes all the decisions in all the details. So in a lot of ways, I love this tool. Two, there is a level of almost therapy that I did not realize that I actually was going to benefit from this. That when I started looking back at the images that were in my dreams, I would recognize the parts that were most familiar. Like, the images were never perfect, but I would recognize things out of it, and that would help me reflect on what was going on in my own subconscious. Especially, I had some bad trips or some bad dreams where I would die in the dreams. They'd be nightmares, but I didn't really understand what they were about until I actually saw the images from them. And when I started seeing those images, I got to much better understand and accept things and deal with some things such as our inevitable death, relationships, some other things that I didn't realize. Some things were basic and I didn't even realize they were stressing me out. Other things were much, much more profound. And so I think there was a second part of all of what I was doing by writing down all the dreams every day. That was an interesting journal part, but by having another party make something out of it, and then for me to be able to reflect back on that, was a very therapeutic thing that I hope that there's some sort of analogy in a psychology kind of way that can help people in the future. And really, that was maybe the most exciting thing about it, is that in some ways I was able to at least acknowledge some stresses in my life that maybe I was forgetting about. And they weren't absolute or concrete. Me having a dream where my hands became spiders isn't like a true fear, but certain fears that I had around, say, a bug bite that I had that welted up more than it should have was an actual stressor on me, for sure. So it was a little bit coded, but I wasn't really thinking about it until I saw the images from it. And on one hand, I can't believe how obvious that would be. It's just one of those things where I have learned a lot about the inner workings of my head by doing this. Anyway, hope you really enjoyed the video. If you want to check out my channel, there's other videos, including my art, as well as some of the other things I've been really passionate about. And I hope you have a fantastic day. Bye.